Hey and welcome back to the Revolution and some more WWE 2K19 news, as earlier today Lana and Rusev hosted the third and final part of this year's roster reveal, with the focus this time being on WWE legends and Hall of Famers. Unlike previous weeks, this week's roster reveal only featured a handful of women, with 7 female superstars confirmed for this year's game. So which female superstars made the cut in the final part of this year's roster reveal? Let's find out. First up, Alundra Blaze, Beth Phoenix, Ivory, Jacqueline, Lita, Stephanie McMahon, and Trish Stratus. Unless there are any surprise entrants to this year's game, that brings the total on-disc roster for this year's women's division to a record-breaking 13 women. This of course doesn't include manager models for the likes of Stephanie McMahon and Zelina Vega, or any of the surprise female managers in this year's game. If Nikki Cross is indeed part of this year's game, that would bring the total female superstars to 39, with last year's game hosting 32 female superstars, which included DLC content. As part of the roster reveal, we also got another sneak peek look at Trish Stratus in this year's game, after Trish was briefly spotted during the breakdown of 2K's newest mod, 2K Towers. At the time, it was speculated that Trish's model was nothing more than a placeholder image, after Trish Stratus was once again seen spotting her infamous jumpsuit. However, in this year's game, it seems as though 2K finally decided to give Trish that long-awaited update, as she is now seen to be sporting her WrestleMania 19 attire as part of her triple threat match against Victoria and Jazz. I have to say, I'm so glad to see the back of that jumpsuit, and I was pretty taken aback to see that 2K finally decided to switch things up. Now, that doesn't mean that the jumpsuit isn't in this year's game, and it could either be an alternate attire for Trish as part of the unlockable aspects of the 2K Towers, or it could simply still be in the community creation section. Regardless, I for one am super happy to finally have a different version of Trish to play with, and who knows, maybe we'll get an alternate or different attires for the likes of Lita, Ivory and Jacqueline, who were so long overdue updates. So that's our breakdown of this year's WWE 2K19 women's roster, and I have to say I am super duper excited with what we have to play with. Of course, there are some omissions with the likes of Nikki Cross, Maria Kanellis and possibly Dakota Kai, but we still don't know what the future holds when it comes to DLC content. This year's game has the largest and most up-to-date women's roster, of course excluding Nikki Cross, and it's something that should certainly be celebrated instead of focusing on the small details. Even if we only have 2 DLC female superstars, that brings it to a whopping 40 female superstars, which is bloody amazing. But that's enough about what I think of this year's women's roster, and I want to know what you make of today's roster reveal, as well as Trish Stratus' brand new model. Let us know in the comments below which female superstar you're most looking forward to playing as well as which female you'll be playing as first. Be sure to stay tuned to The Revolution for all the latest women's roster news, footage and so much more.